In this video, I'll take a look at some Google Trends data to see where the eyeballs are looking at HYLN from, as well as look at a video clip from the recent Titan and HYLN video about the 3D printers. Now, Google Trends, they've made some changes. So the way that I was looking at it before, it's now in classic mode, which means it's eventually going to go away. And I haven't really spent time looking at the new interface, but I know with the old way, the classic view, I can see where people are looking at it from, and this could be investors, customers, uh, anyone. It could be retail. But on the left-hand side, the screen captures from the end of December of 2025, and the front running position is the state. Number one state is Nebraska, in particular Omaha, Nebraska. And this screen capture to the right is from June of 2026. And as you can see, that there's more interest indicated by more blue. There's more blue states. So the blue indicates state interest, and the darker the blue, the more interest that there is. And the first state of that's doing searches for HYLN holdings is Phoenix, Arizona. And then the second state is Wisconsin. Then there's Nebraska again, that hasn't gone away, followed by Alaska. So in Alaska, you have the capital area of Alaska looking for some reason at HYLN Holdings. I don't know if that's a customer. I don't know if it's the government. I don't know if it's retail. But the only thing I could say, it's coming from that area. And in the Wisconsin area, it's coming from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And again, I don't know who, but there's definitely some activity there. Now you can export the trend data to a spreadsheet, and eyeballs started looking at HYLN Holdings when the quarterly report was published. It's like all of a sudden people start looking at HYLN, and that peaked around May 22nd of 2026. And since then, it's been gradually cooling off. So overall, there's more interest in people searching for HYLN Holdings compared to the end of 2025. So that's picked up. Now, looking at this Titan video here, the thing I'm going to focus on is this TV monitor screen in the background, focusing on all these. They have cameras, primarily which are looking at 3D printer activity. And as you can see, they're pointing at Wizard. And it looks like with Wizard, it stopped. They have like this red bar here, and it has 0%. So it looks like no, that was not Wizard. This is Tony. I have to get the names right. With Tony, it has a red bar and it has 0%. And it looks like they stopped it just for filming, and they have the green light on here, which means it's on, I think. I don't know how these things, 3D printers, exactly work. But you'll see Wizard, that has the green light on. Tony, 0%. And then there's a number under it. And it looks like it shows 2 days and 16 hours and 56 minutes to print a part. But it looks like it stopped. So you have a screen here, like a monitoring screen. It's a 6x6 grid, and of the 6x6 grid, so you have spots for 36 cameras, and 2 of them are blank, so you got 34. and there are timestamps. They're like date and time on some of these cameras. So if you're gonna try to figure out where they're coming from, if it's showing 11 something a.m., it's Texas, and if it's 12, which is 1 hour ahead in Central Time, that's Ohio. So you can figure out which ones are from Texas and which ones from Ohio, but there's this software is updated. Click here to start the new version banner. That's covering up 5 of the cameras, and I can't tell where they're at. And then there's 2 machines where the time zone on them, I don't think it's configured correctly because it's pointed at UTC Universal Time Coordinated of an offset of 0, and that would be Chad and Clarence, because they're showing 5 p.m. instead of 11 a.m. or 12. But you can see that 7 are from Ohio, 19 are from Texas, and I can't tell where the other 8 machines are from. And some of them are 3D printer activity that it's looking at. There's an Ohio shop in the upper left-hand corner that's not a 3D printer. And like, for example, with Sally in Georgia, I don't know what those machines are. But there's about 2 seconds in this video where you can see things moving around and stuff. So if it's moving around, it's actively doing work, and you kind of have to go back and forth between this 2-second video to figure out which ones are working and which ones are not. But of them, if I put it like a green check mark next to it, there is activity happening in those machines or in that area. For example, the Ohio shop area, there were people moving around within that 2 seconds. But with Tony, that was this video clip. They had Tony stopped. So I think Tony was working, but they stopped it to do the video. But within that 2 seconds, I didn't see Tony doing anything, so I didn't put a check mark. Same with Wizard. I think they stopped Wizard, but I can't confirm that because I don't see any activity happening in there within that 2-second time frame. But of all the screens, 12 of them, there's activity happening on those cameras. And if I were to do 12 divided by the 34 cameras, you have about 35.3% activity. So there's 35% of these cameras, there's stuff happening with them. And then the other percentage, which is about 65%, well, 64.7%, there's nothing happening in them. But I don't know if all of them are I don't think all of them are 3D printers. They could be other things. But with the Marley one up here in Texas, I see like a little design here, but within that 2-second window, I didn't see any movement that's like going back and forth with that 2-second time frame. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.